Hi guys, it's Varion Walton. It's just a little after 2 o'clock and we told you we would be live from the Bessie Smith Cultural Center right here in Chattanooga. I'm going to give you a few more minutes to join us here live. We're going to talk to you roughly about 3 to 5 minutes about an upcoming event that is coming up next Monday. Yeah, the countdown is on. It's just to the Strut. But first, I wanted to let you know that I am here at the Bessie Smith Cultural Center. And as you can see, as I give you a live image here, we are standing in the Cultural Center where you can find incredible artifacts, genuine, original artifacts that the Empress of Jazz actually used herself. And to give us a little more information about the Bessie Smith Cultural Center, please welcome the director of the Bessie Smith Cultural Center, Dionne Jennings. Hi. Everybody say hello to Dionne. Okay, we wanted to make certain that we got an opportunity to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
I just recently moved to Chattanooga about 3 years ago, and I'm going to tell you, nothing's been better for me than to actually watch everything that's encompassed with this cultural center.
Right.
It sits right on the heart of MLK,
Yes.
which is also known as the Big Nine.
Right.
Tell
Yes.
everybody who's watching this, because this is global.
All right, so thank you guys for joining us here at the Bessie. We're super excited to introduce the Bessie Smith Cultural Center here in Chattanooga to all of you. But the Cultural Center started as the Chattanooga African American that her sister mean to her. Her sister was not mean.
That was just for Hollywood's
That was
purpose.
just for Hollywood's purpose, but everything else about that is true.
Wow.
Yes,
and
but
dress.
this dress is a replica. The original was actually on loan to the Smithsonian a few years back, and in transit between the Smithsonian and the Bessie, it was ripped. And so the beading on it is so heavy and the lace is so delicate that we were not able to rehang it because we didn't want it to get damaged any further. But we are looking for a seamstress, but it takes a very special seamstress to be able to help us repair that dress.
Because you were talking about the beading and everything being really heavy.
Oh my goodness, it's extravagant. It's so elegant, and the beading is so heavy, and that fabric on that lace is so delicate that it would just rip it to shreds. So we can't hang it. We have to handle it with care. But we do have the dress, but this came to us from a home in in Signal Mountain, right here in Chattanooga. And we're excited because it still gives you that same idea of what Bessie's dress would look like with that chiffon and that beading. And so this is a very good replica of something Bessie would have worn.
Okay, what I love even more is the fact that this is a cultural center that is a perfect place for you to visit if you're coming from Birmingham, if you're coming from Atlanta,
Right.
if you're coming from Mobile. I even have my family here, and I'm just going to call out a mutual friend we have,
Yes.
Fred Watson. Fred Watson, your family, make certain you tell them about
Yes,
the cultural
indeed.
center so that they
Yes.
can get here. It's a great
Certainly.
place to bring your family to visit. And a lot of you have watched us over the last 3 years talking about Chattanooga, and I'm telling you, this is incredible. I'm so glad that you're joining us, Tracy. I know you're from Mobile too, so spread the word and let everybody know that it's there. Victor, thank you for joining us. Victor Lovett, who's joining us, is from Mobile, and he has a very prominent family from Mobile also.
Oh, wow.
But another person that you have here featured prominently, Hank Aaron.
Yes.
Hank Aaron is from Mobile.
Yes.
Tell us about the Negro League that
Yes.
Chattanooga is featuring
So
also.
we currently have an exhibit up called Negro League Baseball in Chattanooga. And Negro League Baseball was very integral in Chattanooga's history here. Lincoln Park, which I am still learning about, was an amusement park, but it was for black families. So black families were able to go to this park and have a really good time. They had their own baseball field, and that's where the Negro League players played. We actually have Ingalls Stadium. Jackie Robinson, when he went pro, had an opportunity to play at Ingalls Stadium. So in our current exhibit on Negro League Baseball, we have a stadium seat, an original stadium seat from Ingalls Field.
Wow.
Yeah, we have this huge photo that shows you Ingalls Stadium, Lincoln Park, and it shows you where the Negro seating was in the stadium. It shows you where the Negro entrance was in the stadium. And what I love most about this exhibit, while the display is wonderful, we've had 3 of the Negro League players from Chattanooga come into the museum since we've put this exhibit up. And to see their faces light up
Wow.
when they look at it, we had one, Arnie Marvin, who said, "Can I bring my mother? Can I bring my grandchildren? Because I tell my grandchildren I played, but they see me as their grandfather. They don't see me as a Negro League player, and you have my whole team right there. There I am in that picture. And I said, please, that's what it's all about. So we're so excited to be able to bring that back, and we're actually going out with those players to the local rec centers to talk with the youth about Negro League baseball.
And that's a part of it, Dionne, and that's a part of it for everyone that's watching. Those of you who live along the Gulf Coast and you know the history of Hank Aaron, you know the history of Satchel Paige,
Yes.
and so many others, they are featured.
They are
prominently.
featured in this exhibit because they all came through Chattanooga and played during that time.
Well, that counts down to something else that I want everyone to know about, the Strut.
Yes.
Guys, you've seen over the weekend, I put graphics together with that, kind of letting you know that the Strut is going on. You know, when I think of that headliner, Lattimore,
the ladies' choice. The ladies' choice.
And you know what? When I thought about the song, Let's Straighten It Out.
Yes.
I hadn't heard that in years,
Yes.
but he still sounds great.
He does. And what's funny is we have volunteers. So here at the Bessie, we have a very small staff of 4. Only 1 full-timer, 3 part-timers, putting on an event for upwards of 10,000 people. So it takes volunteers to help us get this thing together. And we did a volunteer training the other day, and I said, Lattimore is our headliner, and the ladies were like, woo!
Yeah, he still has the magic, ladies, and
Yes,
he's going
he
to bring that and more.
Yes.
That's next Monday.
Next Monday, June 13th, gates open at 4:30, Strut lasts until 11. $10, 2 stages, 5 acts. Where else can you get 5 national acts on 2 stages for $10?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
And when you think about all the music festivals that
Yes.
were just held just this past weekend in Atlanta
Yes.
and in Birmingham,
Yes, indeed.
I know you guys paid a lot more.
Yes, indeed.
And I know that you're going to enjoy this lineup. Dionne is going to tell us exactly who else is playing. I'm looking forward to the Peterson brothers.
Oh my
Because those
goodness.
guys are so young and
They
so
are
talented.
young, the talent that these young men have. And that's what we really like at the Bessie. We're working on, 1, promoting local talent, but 2, promoting the youth. And so to see the Peterson brothers play some blues like they lived through the roughest of times.
Oh my.
It is wonderful. I love it because they put their heart and their soul into their music. So please come out and support them. We have Lattimore, we have Peggy Ratus and Daddy Longleg. There's Jerika Singleton.
And Mr.
Great, like that.
Sip.
Mr. Sip, oh my goodness. Talk about, when you watch him play, he does not look like your typical blues player. But when he plays, oh, the sounds that come out of that music, that sound, all of them. I want to dance all night long.
Well, I'm definitely
All
looking
night
forward to it. And as you guys can see, Dionne and I are gearing up for this because this is so important in preserving the history of not only Chattanooga, but the Tennessee Valley when you
Yes,
think of it.
indeed.
And it's so important that if you're in those surrounding areas of Birmingham, Atlanta, Huntsville, come on, Huntsville, you're only 2 hours away.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
Absolutely. You can come and join in on all of the fun. Again, the rundown of the Strut, that's next Monday, June 13th. Wristbands?
Wristbands, $10, 4:30. We will have vendors all along the street. We have local food vendors. We have vendors coming from all over the world. So you can get barbecue and fried fish and hot dogs and sausages and you name it. When you think of festival food, we have it covered.
Well, it sounds as if it's going to be a great time. And Dionne, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Guys, as we wrap this up, again, we are coming to you live from the Bessie Smith Cultural Center right here in the city of Chattanooga. And I'm telling you, the Strut is going to be awesome this year. Again, that rundown includes Peggy Ratus, Mr. Sip, and crew. We're going to be right here. That's next Monday, bringing you all of the highlights as they become available. Spread the word, guys. Vision, voice, Varion, always on, always connected.